Hello, you're welcome to FinInvest Naija. My name is Prince Will Tom. You're welcome to this particular channel where we discuss everything finance and investing. Actually, I am a certified securities and investment specialist, and I've been investing for the past 19, almost 20 years now. It's my heart desire to actually share my little knowledge about the market with you, and I actually appreciate the fact that you give me the opportunity to share my knowledge with you. I want to actually tell us about a statistics that is somewhat not palatable. The fact is that in the US markets, over 40% of the adult population are directly, they have direct investment in the stock market compared to just 4%, under 4% in Nigeria here. So our heart desire, our aim and intention is to reach out to about 1 million Nigerians with this particular investment message. And that's be possible because of the cooperation I feel I will get from you. Please subscribe to this channel so as to be able to achieve this noble aim of educating Nigerians about the hidden wealth that is inherent in the stock market. Please help me in this particular regards. I want to talk about a very interesting topic in the course of this presentation. We are considering 10 Nigerian stocks that return over 1,500% in 10 years. 10 Nigerian stocks that returned over 1,500% in 10 years. And so these are the stocks we are going to be dealing with in this particular presentation. You have Presco and NEM Insurance, Okomu Oil Palm, NAHCO, Transcorp Hotel, Transcorp, Wema Bank, Unicel, Vitafoam, and NAHCO. These are the outliers we are going to be dealing with in the course of this particular presentation. If you look at the table very well, you discover that there is the column for ticker symbol. Ticker symbol here represents the names you are seeing here. In the stock market, we don't use the actual company names. We use what is called ticker symbol. These are the ticker symbols here. We don't write the name in full. And not only that, you have what is called change in earning per share. You have the column for 2015 as well as the column for 2025, followed by the overall difference between the 225 performance and the 215 performance. And you equally have change in price. These are the prices for 2015 as well as the stock prices for the year 2025. This column represents the overall percentage return on investments. And then we come to the capital employed indicated in this particular column. And then you equally have the capital gain as is enumerated in the column, in this given column. And then lastly, we have our remark. You could see the remark in this concept. So I want to begin from the very bottom here, and then we gradually move to the top of the table. You discover that you have NAHCO in this particular space here. NAHCO actually is a company that refines, that mines and refine edible, edible salt, our table salt, and other food-related items. The company specializes in that. So discover that in the year 2015, the earning per share of this company was 1 naira 79 kobo. And then in this particular year, 2025, the earning per share here is 12 naira. It's an increase from 1 naira 79 kobo to 12 naira. So this particular increase is indicated in percentage here, that is amounting to 570.4%. That's the change in earning per share as indicated in this particular area. So I want to tell us precisely about the concept of earning per share. Earning per share simply means you are dividing the profit of the company, all right, all over the share outstanding. If a company made a profit of, let's say, 10 billion naira, and the share outstanding is 2 billion, so you simply divide 10 billion by 2 billion. That will give you, 5. All right. So in that case, the earning per share will be 5 naira. Simply divide the net profit all over the earning per share, or rather all over the share outstanding, and that will give you the earning per share. So that's what is indicated here. And so in this case, discover that the change in earning per share is 570 0.4%. Not only that, we now come to the actual share price of the company. In 2015, the company was selling for 6 naira 22 kobo per share, as indicated here. All right. And then in this particular year, 2025, after 10 years, the company share price jumped from 6 naira 22 kobo to 99 naira 80 kobo. All right, representing a 1,505 percent in return on investment. And so the implication here is that if you invested a million naira in this company 10 years ago, that particular investment will yield 16 million, approximately 16 million naira. An encouraging return on investments. Now we go to Vitafoam. So in the case of Vitafoam here, discover that in the year 2015, Vitafoam recorded a negative earning per share of 4 kobo. Look at it here, 4 kobo. The table may not be very, very clear, but just listen to me. I will explain. I will take time to explain better for you. And so this particular company, Vitafoam, it recorded 4 kobo negative, 4 kobo in earning per share. And currently, the earning per share is 10 naira 68 kobo, representing a whooping, 3,114% increase within the span of 10 years. Not only that, we now want to look at the price per share of this particular company, Vitafoam. The price of Vitafoam was 5 naira 41 kobo 10 years ago, but currently is selling for 87 naira 90 kobo. All right, denoting an increase of 1,525% increase. What's a fantastic kind of return. In other words, if you bought this particular company at 5 naira 41 kobo per share 10 years back, you'll be selling it for around 87 naira 90 kobo in this present year. So in actual sense, if you had an investment of 1 million naira, all right, 10 years ago in Vitafoam, that would result, the yield here will be 16.248 million naira. What a wonderful return. We now go back to our other column, the ticker symbol column. I want to talk about Unicell. Unicell was formerly known as Interlink Technology. All right. And so this particular company had an earning per share of just 3 kobo 10 years back. All right. But currently, the earning per share is it should be 80 kobo. The earning per share currently is 80 kobo. there's a mistake here, I think 80 kobo. And so there is that particular increase, all right, of 2,567%. All right, that's the jump in earning per share, the increase, the growth in earning per share. When you calculate it in percentage terms, it will give you 2,567%. That's really wonderful. When I want to look about, we want to look at the stock price. All right, 10 years ago, this company was selling for 4 naira 21 kobo. Right, that was 10 years ago. But currently, it's selling for 72 naira 90 kobo, representing a 1,632% increase. That's a return on investments. All right, if you bought this share at 4 naira 21 kobo 10 years ago, you'll be selling it at 72 naira 90 kobo this particular year. And so by implication, if you invested 1 million naira in this particular company, Unicell, that investment would amount to 17.316 million. By the time you add dividends, the amount will surely be more than what is indicated here. Are you following? Now we come to Wema Bank. Wema Bank is a regional bank, it's a very popular bank, particularly in the western part of the country. So 10 years ago, the earning per share for Wema Bank was 6 kobo. All right, 6 kobo. But currently, the earning per share for Wema Bank is 3 naira 31 kobo, amounting to a whooping percentage increase of 5,417%. And so, in layman language, if you bought this particular share, at 10 years back, the price was 1 naira per share. But as I'm talking to you now, currently the price is about 18 naira 90 kobo, from 1 naira to as much as 18 naira 90 kobo, representing a percentage increase of 1,770%. 1,770%. Now, if you were to invest a million naira in this particular bank 10 years ago, your investment will yield 18.9 million naira. By the time you add up the regular dividends, you discover that the actual return is more than what is presented on the table here. Now we go to Transcorp. Transcorp actually, is a conglomerate with other related companies under it. This company unfortunately had a negative earning per shares of 50 kobo 10 years back. Negative earning per share, that means the company recorded losses. But this time around, the earning per share is positive, 5 naira and 34 kobo, representing an increase of 1,174%. That's the growth in earning per shares. All right, and so the price as at 10 years back was 1 naira 52 kobo. Currently, the price of Transcorp, is 40 naira 95 kobo. 40 naira 95 kobo. Okay, this gives us an increase of 2,594%. That is, if you bought these shares 10 years ago at 1 naira 52 kobo, you'll be selling for 40 naira 95 kobo. You know what? An outstanding level of return. So interesting actually. And so if you were to invest, had it been you invested 1 million naira in this company, Transcorp, 10 years ago, that will return 26,941,000 approximately. And by the time you add up regular dividends, the amount surely will be more than what is obtainable here. Please watch this video to the end, because at the end, I'm going to show you the secrets of success in the stock markets. Make sure you watch the video to the end, and I'll reveal how to unlock hidden wealth in the stock market. Please don't go away. Now, we now go to Transcorp Hotel. Transcorp Hotel, they own Abuja, Nikon, Noga, Hilton Hotel, and other hotels, in different parts of the country. As at 2015, the earning per shares was just 46 kobo, but presently it is 1 naira 45 kobo. All right, giving it a growth rate of 2,522%. What's an outstanding growth in earning per share. This company was selling for 5 naira 80 kobo. That was on 10 years back. As I'm talking to you now, all right, the share price is 157 naira 50 kobo, from 5 naira 80 kobo to 157 naira 50 kobo, giving us a return of 2,616%. All right. And so by implication, if you were to invest ₦1,000,000, I didn't mean invest ₦1,000,000 in Transcorp Hotel 10 years back, your investment will yield from 1 million to 27.155 million naira minus dividends. What an outstanding, remarkable level of return. Okay, and not only that, I want to talk about NAHCO. NAHCO actually is a company that handles luggages, and cargo in our airports. And this company had an earning per share of 34 kobo 10 years back. All right, but presently the earning per share is 4 naira 55 kobo, from 34 kobo to 4 naira 55 kobo, giving us a 1,238 percentage growth increase in earning per share. Discover that 10 years back, the price per share of NAHCO was 3 naira 76 kobo. But as I'm talking to you now, presently the price has skyrocketed to 1 naira 106 naira 50 kobo. All right, giving us a percentage return of 2,734. Wow. That is, if you had invested 1 million naira, just ₦1,000,000 in NAHCO 10 years back, your 1 million naira will yield 28.324 million naira, capital gain. This mind blowing. This is just so wonderful. All right. And we don't really stop there. We have other returns we want to consider as well. Now we go to Okomu Oil. Okomu Oil and Palms. They deal in palm oil. In palm oil, they have large plantation in the southwestern part of the country. And so in the year 2015, the company had an earning per share of 2 naira 79 kobo. All right. So I'm talking now presently, the earning per share for the company is 63 naira 25 kobo, indicating an increase or a growth of 2,167%. Wow, that's quite marvelous. And so 10 years back, the company was selling for 32 naira 30 kobo. Okay, just 32 naira 30 kobo. Presently, the company is selling for over 1,000 naira. That's 1,038 naira. I think I saw the table, the price list yesterday or so. It's about 1,100. Okay, and so you're having an increase That's a return of about 3,103%. Now, here is the kicker. All right. Assuming you invested 1 million naira in Okomu Oil and Palms, your 1 million naira will yield 32.136 million minus dividends. This is fantastic. This is wonderful. This is encouraging, actually. And I want to digress a bit. This particular company, Okomu Oil, I knew when the company was selling for about 14 naira plus. That was around 2010. This is 2015, right? Okay, around 2010 it was selling for as little as 14 naira plus. Okay, but I did not buy because the company had no website, so I couldn't really carry out thorough research on the company to enable me buy the company or buy into the company share. That was in 2010, and now from 14 naira in 2010 to over 1,000 naira in 2025. You know, what's a missed opportunity? It happens, sometimes in investing, you miss some, you gain some, and then life continues. So this is what you will get if you invest 1 million naira, into Okomu Oil and Palm. Now, we go to NEM Insurance. NEM Insurance, actually, in the year 2015, the earning per share was just 14 naira. Sorry, 14 kobo. Was 14 kobo. And now, presently, the earning per share is 4 naira and 9 kobo, giving us a 2,821% increase or growth in earning per share. Good. In the year 2015, that's 10 years back, this particular company, NEM Insurance, was selling for 65 kobo. It was a penny stock, selling for 65 kobo. Then currently, the company share price is selling for what? Is going for 26 naira 50 kobo. From 65 kobo to 26 naira 50 kobo. All right, giving us a 3,917% increase in return on investments. That's great. That's wonderful. What an outlier. Okay, and so in practical terms, if you had invested 1 million naira, all right, into this particular company when it was selling for 65 kobo, all right, your investments will now yield 40.769 million, approximately 41 million naira for a 1 million naira investment. Please don't go away, because at the end I'm going to give you, an advice that will help you to be successful in your investment journey, to be able to unlock the wealth that is hidden in the stock markets. And lastly, we now come to Presco. Presco also is into palm oil. It is in same sector with Okomu Oil. All right. And so in 2015, that's 10 years back, Presco had an earnings per share of 2 naira 32 kobo. That was the earning per shares then. All right. And then currently, the earning per shares is a whooping 110 naira 79 kobo. And this is the increase in earning per share. 4,695% growth, increase in earning per shares. All right. Then we now come to the share price. 10 years back, the company was selling for 24 naira 50 kobo. I want to talk about Presco also. I've seen things in my investment journey. I want to relate, I want to tell us about my experience. You see, around 2010, Presco was selling for 7 naira plus, not even up to 8 naira, below 8 naira. but I did not buy Presco because as at that particular time, the company had a negative cash balance in its cash flow statements. How will invest in a company that has negative cash balance? Not knowing that they were using their cash to expand their biological asset, that's planting more palm trees. Okay, and then this asset yielded money. And look at the price of Presco today. A stock I missed. I couldn't buy I refused to buy at below 8 naira, 7 naira plus. That same stock is now selling for 1,450 naira. That's it. When it comes to investing, you have mistake of omission and mistake of commission. You keep on making them. The stocks you refuse to buy today would will skyrocket in the future. Nobody knows. Okay, it happens. So we should not flog ourselves, over it. If you had invested, or if I had invested, 1 million naira in Presco 10 years back, that would have yielded what? Almost 60 million naira. That's 59.184 million minus dividend. By the time you include dividend, out of dividend, this particular stock will be yielding, give you a returns of about 60 or over 60 million naira. You see, and so the stock market actually is a wonderful place for wealth creation, silently, quietly, without competition, without complicated documents, without monile, wahala, tenants, wahala, competition in the market whatsoever. Just simply invest and go to rest. Your money will compound and compound over the years. And before you understand, you become a wealthy man. All right. And so I want to talk about this particular column. I indicated buy, all through. But before then, let's take an assumption here. Assuming you invested 10 million naira, all right, 10 years back, and you put the money, your capital in all these stocks. Let's say you invested 1 million naira, in all these stocks, 1 million naira each, and then you have a total of 10 million naira invested. That 10 million naira 10 years ago would give you 28 million naira today. Okay, look at the return on investment. 10 million naira yielding over a quarter of a billion naira. I don't know where you can get that kind of returns apart from the stock markets. There's money in the markets. What did I say? There's money in the market. Learn about the market. Study about the market. By the time you understand the market, I'm telling you, you'll be able to make much money in the market. And just a little bit of time, please. I want to tell us about my investment journey. Actually, I learned so much from YouTube than what I learned through books and in the typical classroom. I've watched over 3,000 YouTube videos on the stock markets and other related videos on finance. Over 3,000 videos. And that's where I got my little knowledge from. Please share this video to other people so that they too will come to understand what the market is all about, so that we can invest like what is obtainable in advanced countries. In the US, there, over 40% of the adult population have investments in the stock market. But in Nigeria here is less than 4%. Let's reach out to our fellow compatriots and tell them about the wealth creation experience in the market. That's why I'm soliciting that you subscribe to this channel so that our video can go far and reach other Nigerians, both home and in the diaspora, and intimate them, highlight, the wealth creation possibilities in the stock market. And then lastly, I want to tell us about the secrets of making money in the market. And I'm telling us for free, only subscribe. All right. Now, we have about 50 or more factors influence stock prices. All right. Factors that influence the prices of stocks are more than 50. But the number one important influencer, the number one important factor that influences the movement of stock price is nothing but earnings per share. This is the secret of investing. All right. The more the increment in the earning per share, the more the increments in the share price. This is what governs price movements in the market. As long as a company has growth in earning per shares, it's just a matter of time. The stock price must surely increase also. That's why I gave us a buy recommendation here, on condition that buy only if earning per shares continue to grow. So you can buy these companies as long as their earning per shares keeps on growing. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Please always stay tuned because I'll be bringing us interesting video of this nature in this channel. Bye bye.